What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So if you guys have been following along, you'll know we did a whole bunch of stuff to this Supra. If you didn't catch the last two videos, you're missing out on a lot, so go watch those ones first. But in today's video, we're gonna be installing the last piece that Keys Motorsports sent over to me. And as a matter of fact, to go along with it, I got something else that I think is just gonna help emphasize how good that piece looks. And if you guys couldn't guess by the intro, those pieces are gonna be for the engine bay. Now, in those last two videos, we did a whole bunch of stuff like front lip, side skirts, diffuser, spoiler. So the exterior of the car is looking really good. In fact, my favorite angle of it is the rear end. Like, absolutely love this diffuser especially. It just looks super aggressive, super mean. But since the exterior of the car is looking super aggressive, we need to make the engine bay match. So we have two pieces to install today. One is going to be a replacement carbon piece for this here, which is actually a big piece of this engine bay. This Supra has a super long hood, and the engine only comes up to here. So all this, I believe, is just going to be like the radiators and stuff. So Toyota put this like piece to cover it all up. So it's just a thin sheet of, I believe, aluminum. But today we're going to be replacing it with carbon. And not only are we going to be doing that, we're also going to be getting rid of these ugly strut braces. If you're familiar with the GR Supra, something that's really interesting about them is every year pretty much they change the strut brace. So in 2020, you actually had no strut braces over here. So if you're actually trying to install a strut brace on a 2020 car, there's no threads. So it's a little more work. Thankfully, we have a 2021. In 2021, they introduced these strut bars, which they're fine. They're not bad, but yeah, they're kind of ugly. At least, I don't know, I think so. They're just basic looking. They actually remind me of the strut braces on my X3 and also my X5. As a matter of fact, let's even fact check that. Yep, it's literally the same thing, except the X5 has 4 of them, 2 in the front and then 2 in the rear. But yeah, literally same simple design. On the X5, it is what it is. It's an SUV, I don't really care. But on the Supra, we need something a little more special. And I guess even Toyota thought so, because in later models, you actually get a nicer strut bar that says like GR or something like that. And it's gonna look very similar to the strut bar that I got. One that's pretty common on these cars, pretty cost effective, and it looks really good. So that's what we went with. And here is the new strut bar. This is the only way I can show you guys because it's multiple pieces. So these two are gonna replace what's currently on the car, those ugly silver pieces, with these nicer red ones. And then it's also going to add some extra rigidity because it's going to have a piece that goes from here to here, which is this piece here. Now again, this is going to look almost identical to the one that Toyota actually gives you in newer Supras. This one just says Blitz, that's the company that makes it. But again, the newer Supras pretty much come with this same exact strut bar, except I think it says GR. So I know a lot of people actually get OEM Supra strut braces from Toyota and then they'll retrofit them on their earlier model Supras. I mean, that's cool and all, but it's way more expensive that way. This strut bar is like 200 bucks off eBay or something like that. So I would highly recommend just doing it this way instead of getting the OEM Toyota ones. Again, you're just getting a logo. That's the only real difference you're getting. The other thing we have is this beautiful carbon piece for the engine bay. Like I said, this is from Keys Motorsports. So again, huge shout out to the guys over there. This piece is super thin and lightweight. You guys can see it. It's literally just straight up carbon fiber, no ABS plastic or anything like that. Like I said, the piece that's currently on the car is just a thin piece of either sheet metal or aluminum. I'm gonna guess aluminum. So this will be a nice, simple replacement. It's just gonna give the engine bay that much more character. But anyways, these should be pretty simple and easy installs. So let's just get right into it and I'll show you guys the finished product. So I'm gonna start off by removing the external bolts, holding on to strut brace. These are pretty tight, so use a bigger ratchet, maybe some power tools, or just struggle like I did. Next, I'm going to remove the metal shroud. It's just held on by a whole bunch of 10mm bolts. Unfortunately though, some of them are harder to reach than others. You will have to remove that weather stripping on the front. You'll even have to remove a whole bunch of 10mm bolts holding on the top of the bumper, just so that way you can get to the 13mm bolts. Some of them are even hidden underneath the plastics of the engine bay. Thankfully though, this was easy for me because my plastics aren't really held on by anything. And what felt like a million bolts later, we can finally start to remove the metal shroud. Unfortunately though, this was a lot easier said than done. It took a lot of finessing, but eventually I got it out. So that was more annoying than I expected, and it's honestly because this thing has so many bolts, a lot of which are hidden underneath these plastics or even underneath the whole bumper over here. So I actually had to use a wrench to get to these ones, just enough so we can slide it out. And then the other thing is my freaking intake made it even worse because it goes over it. So I had to like finesse it and get it out of there, but eventually we did it. So we have the old piece over here as well as the new piece. You do have to transfer these little grommets, I think you want to call them. These things, these are a pain to get out as well. Just use something like this, it'll help you out. But anyways, this piece is ready to go back in, but before we reinstall it, you can tell this bar is super dirty. Not too worried about the dirt specifically, but this sticker over here. So I'm gonna spray this down with some glass cleaner or something and just see if I can clean this off, because well, if we put that beautiful carbon piece and then we have this ugly old peeled off sticker sitting here, this is gonna kill the whole vibe of it. So let's get rid of that, and then we'll reinstall the new piece, and then we'll get to reinstalling the strut brace. So I started off by installing the carbon replacement piece. This was tougher than removing the previous one because you really have to work with the area that you have and try to fit this in a way without cracking the carbon fiber. Eventually I realized sliding in the front first was the best way to do it. After that, I managed to get everything else to line up. After that, I hand threaded all the bolts before I went ahead and tightened them down. That way I can just make sure that everything fits in and I can get all the bolts to go in. With that piece done, we can move on to the strut bars. Similar concept, I put everything in place, I put the bolts in, but again, I made sure I held off on tightening everything all the way down. Since all the bolts were so loose, it made installing the centerpiece that much easier. I was able to line everything up, use the provided hardware, and then with everything in place, I can just tighten it down to spec. And after tying up some loose ends, everything is officially installed. You guys can see how good this all looks. I love this carbon piece. It's not like out there in your face, but it looks good, man. It fills in this whole like big empty spot, which used to be just this plain sheet metal, aluminum, whatever it is. But now we have this beautiful, genuine carbon fiber. I feel like we need more carbon in the engine bay now. Also, these strut braces are absolutely stunning. The red and the black, it suits the engine bay so well. If you guys didn't know, we already did some stuff to this engine bay. We have a keys charge pipe, which comes in that beautiful powder-coated gloss black. We also have the MST intake over here with the red cone, so all kind of blends nicely. We need to get some like golden wrench caps or something, get some additional red accents on the oil cap and also on the coolant reservoirs. But overall, guys, I think this looks absolutely stunning. It's not too much in your face, but I think it's the perfect amount. I might be going a little far here, but I'm willing to say the Supra engine bay probably looks better than the M3s. I don't know. Actually, they both look good. I shouldn't speak too soon. They both look really good. This one also has the MST intakes, also has a beautiful keys carbon fiber strut brace, which I mean, come on, you can't beat that. We already have the golden wrench caps in this one, and we also have some beautiful hardware. So maybe we do the same thing with the Supra. I'm definitely not a big engine bay, guys. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, some people go crazy with like titanium and all these things. And don't get me wrong, it looks really cool. Personally, I don't want to spend too much money on the engine bay other than the actual performance stuff, because although I want it to look good and clean and like tasteful like this right now, I don't want it to look too crazy. Like, I'm not gonna pop open my hood at a car show. I just want it to look good, and I want to make some additional content for you guys. So to me, this is the perfect amount. Like I said, maybe we'll get some additional hardware just to spruce up some of these like simple bolts over here, and even in this strut bar, like these bolts look they look a little tired, so maybe we spruce that up, kind of like what we did with the M3. Both engine bays, by the way, need a nice wash. Don't judge me. We're coming out of the winter, we're coming out of the cold, so we'll give the engine bays as well as the interiors a nice detail for both these cars, as well as the X5 over there. But for now, this is what we're working with. So you guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. In addition to looking good, this strut brace should add some extra rigidity to the front end. Will we notice it? Probably not. We're not tracking the car, but it looks good, and that's the most important part. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But otherwise, we are done for today. So nice, simple installs for the most part. And now the Supra is looking good from the exterior as well as the engine bay. What we need to start focusing on next is the interior and also the wheels. I know, guys, I'm working on it. Just remember, we started off with a clapped car, so we've made some good progress already. I'm already proud of myself. But anyways, as always, huge shout out and thank you to Keys Motorsports for the carbon fiber. If you guys want it, there'll be some links down in the description below. Again, the strut bar I just got from eBay. I'll leave a link for that as well. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop it a like, hit that subscribe button. And with that said, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.